shit, baby. Free Mr. West till it's backwards. Let's go.
Yeah. What up with it, gang? It's your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media Man, and we are back like four flats on that Cadillac, gang. Man, hold up, man. I got to get that applause rolling. You know, we don't like to do that dead silence talk, man. Play that thing up. Hey, man, what y'all? Oh, this mug freezing on me, man. Yeah, man. So we are back. It is your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media, gang. Go. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Cartoons and Cuts, man, where we cut through the noise and get straight to the chase, man. That was Reposado by my boy KDub the Phenom. KDub the Phenom, my bad. Yeah, man, he doing his thing out there in the 217, man, holding it down, bro. He will be performing at the Ringer STL, the Ringer, man. They bringing it here, man. Shout out to Overgrind Promotion and DJ Jazzy J and the Coalition DJs for putting that together. For those of you all that don't know what is the Ringer, man, it is the hottest thing. DJ Texas Trilly puts that together every year, and it's been going on for about 5 years, I believe, maybe 5 or 6 years. Um, that's where we got Glorilla. That's where we got K Carbon. That's where we got pretty much everybody that was on that Shibuya roll call. They entered into that showcase, and what it is, just a quick like background. It is a hot DJ and promoter, DJ Texas Trilly, who I believe is from Texas. Created a like chitlin circus or touring ground, if you will, between Texas and Memphis. And like I said, a few years back, she threw that contest or showcase, and those artists that I just mentioned entered into it. It was a cash prize. I don't remember if it was or wasn't a cash prize, but with that being said, Glorilla was the winner of that one, and from there she blew up. 6 months later, we got FNF and Glory Hallelujah. So yeah, man, shout out to Texas Trilly. That's coming, DJ Texas Trilly. So that's coming to St. Louis, I believe, later on this month in July. I don't know the date, but KDub the Phenom and some more artists will be performing there. KDub, I'm telling you, dog, you need to perform this song right here and catch a vibe, bro. I'm telling you, those two songs, nigga, you gon' win them over. And make sure when you do perform it, Dub, make sure when you do perform those two songs, cuz just your lyrics, no vocals, cuz. No vocals, bro. It's gonna set you apart from everybody else. And I done told y'all once, I'm gonna tell you again, man. When you do perform, bro, you need to have not just a call to action, but a reaction. So as you telling us to like, follow, and subscribe, you need to be throwing some I said some merch. And your merchandise, bro, again, should be playoff home team, bro. So maybe you should have a baseball. We in baseball season. So have a baseball, maybe a small foam basketball, and maybe a football since we entering in football season. Maybe soccer. With what? Your contact information, a QR code to your music, and something else. Use that item as a form of promotion. That's the last time I'm going to tell y'all that, man. So now it's out there in the sphere. So shit, now anybody else can run with it. Damn, stop it. And I mean, so yeah, man, we gonna run with that. Yeah, so yeah, man, welcome back, man. Last week was a dope episode. We had my boy Gutta Israel, man. Shout out to him. He performed at Pop's Nightclub, threw down. Shout out to all of the various artists that's out there, man. Y'all did y'all thing, man. And last week was also my 34th birthday, man. And the 50th episode of Cartoons and Cuts, man. So shout out to all of you guys for supporting me throughout this it's coming up on a year. But yeah, man, throughout these 50 episodes, we've been consistent. Y'all gave me 50 reasons to come and show up. So I appreciate that. 50 reasons, 50 episodes, man, and we climbing. And with that, last week was also my highest viewed episode thus far, man. So that means y'all really like what we doing and what we talking about. And before I get into this episode, I know it's a long intro, bro, but we here to celebrate ourselves, man, because it's quite an accomplishment and it shows consistency. And I really want to take this time out to say to all of the listeners, all my viewers out there, I don't know who y'all are, but you know what I mean. But respectfully, I appreciate you guys taking out y'all time to listen to this. However long y'all listen to it, maybe the full hour, maybe it's 40 seconds, maybe it's 40 minutes. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys taking time out and listening to it. To the people that view my shorts and my clips out there on the various platforms, I appreciate you guys. To the ones that do like and follow, I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself because literally I am talking to myself. So it's good to know that it's being received somewhere out there in the universe. And to my coworker that I saw today who said he watched a few of my episodes and liked it and want to come on, bro, salute you too, man, because to me that just solidifies, this is what y'all want to hear. Y'all actually like this shit. So that's cool. That's cool. I'll be different and I'll keep it up. We got more to go. Y'all let me know. Who did y'all like so far? What guest, what artist, what segment did y'all like? Was it the money management? Was it wealth building? Was it about, where we at as the black culture? What artists did you guys like that I've brought so far? Who would y'all like for me to see? Who would y'all like for me to bring on? Was it my Zambia people? Did y'all like them? What music videos did y'all like? What artists do y'all want to see here, or what music video have I not put on here yet? Like, what is it that you guys like and don't like about the show so we can change it, man? So, again, I appreciate you guys. Straight up, man, straight up. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you. And so, with that being said, man, we're going to get into today. So, today, we are diving into something that's real, something uncomfortable but necessary that I feel. We're talking about the black culture. Not the surface level stuff, not the style, not the slang or the music. We're talking about the mindset. Uh, the ones that uplift and the ones that hold us back. This ain't about bashing, it's about building. So let's really have that convo. And in this first segment, I want to talk about when the culture becomes a cage. And why is it that in black culture, really, what part is really empowering? Like, what part of black culture really is empowering on the masses? Now, I know the first thing that people gonna say is that, we probably are, the most freest that we've been, and more women are buying houses than men, and we graduating more, and more fathers are in the household, and all of that jazz. And let's clap it up. All of those things are great accomplishments. But I don't even want to say but. However, where we are today is miles apart than where we should be. And we're not going to get into what society has done and to hold us back, because that's tired out. I'll see y'all next February for Black History Month. We can talk about that. But what we can talk about is what effect does it have on us? Like, what part do we play? The first thing that they tell you in anything is, what did you do? What part did you play? And so I'm asking my melanated people, what part do we really play in empowering ourselves? Because we know for sure, the route that we choose to glorify really isn't empowering. But we like to psych ourselves up and say it's empowering. Perfect example is we got, we say that we struggling all the time, but then the first thing that people will say is like, oh, well, we got NBA players. You know what I mean? Oh, we got NBA players, LeBron James and da-da-da-da-da. These all guys, they making it, they successful. Well, how many people in our community do we start our children off to the races to become the next Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Vince Carters, right? And so when we looking at it statistically, because the first thing they're going to say in our culture is, oh, you a dream killer, oh, you a hater, oh, you everything but a realist. but everybody's real. Come on, man. But we don't want to have real conversations because then they say, oh, man, look, I don't want to even get into the slang. But we can never have a real conversation. But everybody's so real, right? But we stay surface level. So everybody puts their kid into the AAA and the YMCA and the BMW, whatever type of A's, okay? It's just astronomical, and I'm sick of it, right? And you guys put your kids out there and tell them that they're going to be the next whomever in sports. Not having the grades to reflect of them. Some of them may have the grades to reflect on them. I went to school with some of these guys. Everybody went to school with these guys. So it's your story too that I'm talking about, right? We all know them, right? But the reality is that it's only how many NBA teams? 35, 25, right? And it's only how many NFL teams? 22. And it's only how many slots on each? You know what I'm saying? Teams, or is it 50 NFL teams? I don't know. I don't even give a damn, okay? But however many NFL teams, let's just say it's 50. However many NBA teams, let's just say it's 50, one for each state, right? Each of them can only have 22 on their roster, 5 and 5 on basketball, right? So you can only have about, 11, maybe 12 on your roster? And you got to have a bench. So let's just say 22. And then in football, 11 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Offense and defense. So you got to have 22. So if we just having 40 million black Americans. Let's just throw out an easy number. 40 million, all right? And everybody puts their kids, enroll their kids into sports, right? Out of 40 million, 22 is only going to make it. So that's not even 10%. That's only 1%. Less than 1% of 40 million will make it into some type of professional level game. So what happens to the other 99.9% of us? Okay? What happens? Then we go into these various professions. Well, I'm going to tell you, majority of them end up doing what? Selling drugs, end up in a life of crime, in some type of way, some type of mid-level or entry level of the workforce. Not a lot of us are in the professional CEOs, doctors, lawyers, They don't really tell us to go that route. There's only a small percentage, and majority of that is our female class. Clap it up to y'all. The rest of us males, we going straight into the gym to be the next Kobe, LeBron James, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson. Name a Mike, okay? Name a Mike, and I got an Ike for you, all right? God damn it. Don't matter. And so we setting ourselves up for failure, right? So is that really empowering? Is that really empowering? So then now you get into that mode, right? It didn't work out. Now we in what? Survival mode. Because we didn't take school serious, right? Or we didn't make it into the league because we got that big injury, right? Whatever. Now we're in survival mode. Now we have to figure out what are we going to do for the next 40 years to sustain our lives, right? So what do? What do majority professions of black people go into? I'm in one of them, being a barber, right? And it's just a joke. It's just a joke, whatever. But barbering, we go into barbering, right? That's cool. Barbers make money. They do their thing. Not all of them, but some, right? Because we got to be realistic. So then we go into barbering. But what's the retirement plan for a barber? Barbers don't have IRAs. A lot of them don't have insurance. They're paying for everything in cash. Cash. So now you're in a cash society. How do you build your credit? What do? These are the traps that puts us into these things, man. What is it? We going to nail, doing hair, right? Babysitting. All of these service-based industry where you have to trade what? Your time for money. We never thinking outside of our mind. Even in basketball, you still have to trade your what? Time for money, your physical attributes. Why aren't we thinking about being aeronautics school? Why aren't we thinking about being engineers? The first thing we want to say is I want to be a social worker. Why? Because it's all rooted in trauma. That's why. Everything that we want to do is I want to be a social worker because I want to help these kids because nobody helped me when I was younger. But social workers don't get paid a lot of money. And you wonder why they end up in a crappy ass system, because the social worker has a crappy ass job with a crappy ass salary. So how can you help anybody if you don't have any money? Right? Money ain't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. You know what I'm saying? That's what Les Brown said. These are not my words. So we putting ourselves in a constant form of survival, because who are we serving ourselves in this industry? People with no money. You know what I'm saying? We cutting hair where? In the hood. We not learning to cut white people hair. You know? So who's our best clients? The dope dealers. They the ones that's paying the bills and the blue collar workers. But it's the dope man. So we going after $100, $200 haircuts. Who can afford that? Nino Brown. He's the only nigga that can afford that shit. You know what I'm saying? To be honest. Oh, you a broke nigga if you ain't. And now everybody's flexing. Now you a broke nigga because you can't afford a $100 haircut. Because you can't afford Balenciagas. Because you don't have Ray-Bans. You seeing all of these black folks with Ray-Bans and the ones that got glasses and all of this fancy materialistic shit. Right? But still living in the hood. But still we own less than 1% of the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Still our kids are dying at a higher rate than anybody else. All because I want what you got and I'm a bitch ass nigga if I ain't got what you got. We killing ourselves. We glorifying the rat race, the hustle, the struggle, the selling dope, the selling coke. You know what I'm saying? I did it longer than you. It's the struggle Olympics. My mama sold. I sold pussy. My mama sold pussy. Everybody's selling something. God damn you. And it's the struggle Olympic. It's like who had a worse childhood than who proves who's blacker than who. I'm more black than you because my life was rough. Oh, I was raised by my daddy. I was raised by my mama. I was raised by my grandmama. I was raised by a trash can. Who got it harder? Who's blacker than who? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop glorifying that shit, man. And it's all socially engineered. It's all socially engineered. So, pride without progress is just performance. And as a culture, we should evolve to free us, not change that keep us in the past. So a lot of black culture was forged in survival mode. We had the pride, we had flash, we had the hustle, where we asserted this dignity in our society. And that and we try to erase it. But when survival mode becomes the only mode, there's no room left to build wealth, legacy, and power. The flex just cannot become a trap, guys. You know what I mean? There's a difference between looking rich and being rich. It's a powerful way to show that you made it. But when the reward in short term, you know what I'm saying? But the reward is only short term. Right? Spending over long term stacking instead of stacking, buying property, getting stocks, business equity. It just keeps the next generation started from scratch instead of just buying the next Rolex watch or whatever. Things that actually accrue interest over time. These are the things. And a part of our problem is that we distrust the system. It's the distrust the system versus mastering the system. So we automatically just count out. We don't even play the game because we don't trust it, right? And so this isn't about being naive. We know that the system is rigged and it's designed to hurt us and all of that stuff, but opting out entirely is like refusing to learn how to play the game or refusing how to learn the rules of the game. We so good at learning the rules of basketball and all of these other games, bro. Like, we can sit up and talk stat for stats and who did this and who did what and what time period and what, you know what I'm saying? We just know Jordan hit the buzzer beater, LeBron. We just know all of these stats. Why can't we know all of these business statues as well? Stats are stats, right? Why can't we get to know these stats and statues and really have these conversations sitting around at the bar and the cigar bar instead of talking about fucking sports, guys? Keeping it real shouldn't mean just staying boxed in. The cultural policing, calling someone you're not black enough, that shit gotta end, man. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna take a quick break. Cause I feel like I've been rambling, bro. I'm in on fire, goddamn me. We're gonna take a quick break though, man. Once when this mug stops pausing on me, bro, like I guess this is that new mouse, bro. Yeah, man, we gonna get into it, man. This is my boy. No, this ain't what I want to do. Yeah, hold on, gang. I'm not feeling this. Here we go. We gonna slide into that home team, catch a vibe. Roll with me, man. I'm playing some of my favorite videos. This is episode 51 of Cartoons and Cuts. I'm your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Edie.
I think that we should catch a vibe. It can just be you and I. Or get your girls, I pop out with my guys. We outside, jam out to the R&B where we get high.
What is it about us that our time is all off always? And the thing about it is you end up not on my mind now. I've been thinking about where we never work out. Cause whatever it costs, I spend it on you. And if it's time that you've been wanting, girl, don't stress it.
I think that we should catch a vibe. It can just be you and I. Or get your girls, I pop out with my guys. We outside, jam out to the R&B where we get high. But let's go shot for shot and see who tapping out in time. And it's time that we catch a vibe. This Milagro got me right. You looking like the apple of my eye. Whole time I won't play about it, push on you tonight. I put that tap out on her and I give her what she likes, cause it's a vibe.
The first time I seen her, she was walking by. Caught her out the corner of my eye, cause she was looking fly. I say, what's your name? What's your sign? Pressure I apply. She say she a Leo, take a walk here on the wild side. Really, whole time I was already thinking of us. Date nights and taking flights, things that really build trust. We exchange numbers and laughs as the time go by. Making plans to meet again if the night go right. She say she classy, but with some liquor in her vibe, she get nasty. Talking bouncing on the dick, she an athlete. Said her favorite place to do it is the backseat. Get a backbeat. Fucking with me, you catch a natural high. Late nights taking rides with my hand on your thigh. Yeah, serving this dope for the fiends that subscribe. Hop in the whip and take a ride and come and catch you a vibe. One more
I think
time.
that we should catch a vibe. It can just be you and I. Or get your girls, I pop out with my guys. We outside, jam out to the R&B where we get high. But let's go shot for shot and see who tapping out in time. And it's time that we catch a vibe. This Milagro got me right. You looking like the apple of my eye. Whole time I won't play about it, push on you tonight. I put that tap out on her and I give her what she like, cause it's a vibe. Okay, I picked up on your vibe, what's your sign? A Gemini, every story you tell got two sides. But never mind on what you doing, it's what you want tonight. I pull up with Milagro, put on ice, let's do whatever you like. She my brown sugar, sweet Sadie, top diva. That run up skip on me that you running on them lever. I stick and move to a different groove. Soon as I grab your hand, it's pivotal that I tap into your physical pleasure seeking, weaken the knees and I got you creeping. Let's do this here, we can blow woods, I give you the treatment. I'd rather share secrets instead of you overthinking, debating in your head if I'm saying it or I mean it. And I can merch it, I can match energy if you want it. Ain't caught up in no drama, good vibes is all on my offering. I drape you in that Prada, I'm proud of you when you boss. She smells that Dolce scent, now it's hard for her to get off me when we catch a vibe. It can just be you and I. Or get your girls, I pop out with my guys. We outside, jam out to the R&B where we get high. But let's go shot for shot and see who tapping out in time. And it's time that we catch a vibe. This Milagro got me right. You looking like the apple of my eye. Whole time I won't play about it, push on you tonight. I put that tap out on her and I give her what she like, cause it's a vibe.
Yeah, man, that was home team, man. We catch a vibe. That's that summertime shit right there, man. I'm gonna be blasting that. Probably all summer, y'all might be hearing that. But at least 2 more times. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the summertime. It's a good skate vibe, bro. Like, that's the type of music I really think that we should really start shifting back to. Back in the early 90s, we had, like, music like that that made you feel good. That's the really type of vibes that I really be on when I listen to music. Not so much gangster rap, you know. I like Jeezy, 21 Savage, 50 Cent, you know, Boosie. It's a lot of songs like that, but I was never like a Boosie head or a Webby head. At that time when I was a kid, when they was coming out, to me, even though they had dance tracks and shit, man, like you can vibe to, I knew that type of music was destruction, like destructful to our culture. And I know one day I'm gonna be in the room with Boosie and these guys, and they gonna see this video and be like, "Man, T, what the fuck you mean destructive?" And I know you guys was just telling y'all story, and I think like people who are strong enough to interpret that and not want to replicate that understood that. But a lot of us, man, we took that shit to heart and wanted to replicate that and become that, and that became our culture. And I don't want to put this on Lil Boosie, Webby, or Jeezy, or none of these guys, but that is just comes with being a leader, with being in front of this TV screen. Like somebody's gonna look up to you, and they're gonna want to mimic you and imitate, what you do. Same like a lot of these people was inspired by Tupac, and honestly, that's where we got this blueprint of the gangster rap is from, like the gangster rap artist is from Tupac. Everybody wanna be like Pac, But what if Tupac was just an actor? What if Tupac himself was living a lie? Was manufactured? Like for real. Like that's man, the way that they weaponize and play games on us, man, to know that they find and pick our leaders for us. Because we not smart enough to use discernment. We've removed God from our heart, and so we can't even discern a truth from a lie. And we'll just soak up anything, man. And this goes to my next segment about education and wealth and the fear of acting white, right? The acting white slur and how it psychologically shackles the black talent. Automatically, when you start to speak proper and to enunciate your words. I was watching, who's that? It was, I think it was Yolanda, man. She had at Miss Me After Dark. She had a guest who was from Minnesota, I believe. I can't remember. I think his name was Rome the Comedian, I believe. I was watching part of his segment. He said he wasn't from her. He moved her in the late 80s, early 90s, or what have you. Long story short, he said that he used to, get mocked as a kid. Now, you're a grown man. But he said as a kid, he used to get mocked for how he pronounced his words, And I'm sure the term or the word that they say is, why did you talk white? Why you sound white, right? And a lot of black people hear this across the plane. Like, it's not just the St. Louis thing. You go to New York, you hear it. It doesn't matter. It's just a communal thing or a cultural thing, because we always taught to talk with a little twang, have accents, or some of us did have accents. And it was a cultural shift. That shit happened when the southern blacks moved up to the north, as they say. The southern blacks moved up to the north, and the northerners were looking at these particular southern blacks and was asking them, why you talking strange like that? Hey, you need to enunciate. Why are you speaking so lethargic and unintelligent? And they was like, why you talk so different? Why you speak like that? Why you and it's just a cultural difference, man. But instead of like mocking each other and saying, well, I'm smarter than you, or you talking smarter than me, here comes that culture divide. When it's just like, hey, I understand that you got that southern drawn, nigga, but it's not that, it's that. That's just what it is. But that don't make you smarter than me. That doesn't make me smarter than you. That doesn't make me blacker than you. Like, somebody got to start saying this shit, bro. No one else is saying this out there on the internet, bro. Like, nobody's saying that shit, bro. I don't care if you sold more bricks to me, if you got shot, if you lived in the hood, if you stay by a church's chicken, it does not matter. It don't matter, because when you look at that birth certificate, when you look at that license plate or that license card, that mother lover got a big old B on that thing. And that B stands for black, regardless. So it don't matter. We got to get out of this shift, guys. We need to get more educated, because we shrinking as a culture. You know, they treat us horribly. They treat us bad and like we're uneducated, because that's how we act. That's how we act. You know, we want to twerk everywhere. And I love fat asses, guys, okay? I'm just saying. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about a time and a place. You just can't be in the middle of Macy's just showing your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or at the bank twerking. I know that check look nice. Okay, I've seen a $10,000 check. I wanted to twerk for that shit too. But it's a time and a place for everything, right? So you don't be judged in a certain way. Even how we wear certain clothing. I was talking about it with Grease Gutter. Like, you know, we got our 40 and 50-year-old men still dressing like teenagers, wearing Abercrombie and Fitch or you know, whatever's hot right now. I don't even know what's hot. Balenciagas, Jordans, come on, whatever, all right? But where's the grown man look? That means to the young boy and the little girls, if a 6-year-old sees a 36-year-old or a 66-year-old or a 56-year-old wearing the same clothing as them, dressing just like them, talking just like them, behaving, like getting attitudes and snarky remarks and rolling necks and ready to fight, you know, quick, just like them, then what does that tell the kid? The kid that says to the kid, hey, this is how adults behave. This is how you behave when you get older. So there's no need for me to be patient. There's no need for me to be considerate of other people's feelings. Why? Because you don't do it. And we don't do that. We don't care. Like black people, you can be rolling down the street in the hood and it can be two niggas in a car, one going eastbound, one going westbound, stop talking in the middle of the road, and somebody can see you in their rearview mirror and they will continue the conversation. We've all been that person in the car, behind the car, talking. It don't matter. We've all been that person. And what we say, I wish that nigga would hump. And we thinking like, man, I don't want to hump because I don't know what type of time this nigga is on. We do it all the time. We do it to ourselves because we don't know what type of time that nigga is on. And why do we do that? It goes back to social engineering. We didn't have any property. We didn't own anything. So the moment that we get to claim ownership is just like a kid. We want to claim any and everything. It's my block. I wish a nigga would come down my block when I'm outside in the middle of my street talking. Why do you behave like that? You only behave like that. People only behave like that when they never had anything. So you don't want to let it go. Who's never had anything for a consistent amount of time? Black people. So we don't want to let nothing go. Look at our hoods. Look at everything, how we behave. Nobody's saying these things, but this is the real social weaponization that's going on. And then we looking at gangster rap as the key to success and as our heroes and all of these things, because we know that academic, we got to work twice as hard, right, to get in the room, just to get denied to be in that room. And then when we in that room, our fellow black brothers and sisters say, what? You a Oreo, you a whatever they want to call you, right? They either say you're not good enough, the white people, or they say that you a Oreo, you a sellout, the black people. So what do? You start believing in something, right? We start believing, well, fuck you niggas, I am going to sell out. Yes, sirree, I'm going to. Or, nah, man, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not good enough. So what are you going to do? Start selling drugs. You're caught in a catch-22, and it's exactly where they want you, right? It's exactly where they want you. They palms is itching, their mouth is watering. And it was all engineered like that. You wouldn't believe it if I told you it. You wouldn't believe it if I showed you that everything was literally fabricated. Why do you think? And we say it all the time, the most talented people get there. It feels like they went handpicked. What if they were? What if I told you and showed you that these people were handpicked and put in front of us so we could continuously behave like that? What if? Because they don't never put the most educated person in front of us. Where is he? Don't you dare tell me Neil Tyson DeGrassi, whatever the hell that nigga name is. Because he was the one that was trying to tell us to get that shot. He was the one that was saying, get that COVID shot. So it's not him. It's not him. I don't care how many degrees he got, respectfully. But it's not him. So find me somebody else that's mainstream, right? Right? That's mainstream. That's intelligent. Don't you dare say Jasmine Crockett. Don't you dare put her up there. Because let's just say that the Republicans are racist, right? Let's just play that card to my low IQ folks. I said it. Let's just say that. Why would your opponent keep telling you to put her out there? Oh, yeah. Keep putting Jasmine Crockett out there to speak for y'all party. What? If I'm your opponent and I'm telling you, go ahead and put that person out there. Please, please, please. And every black person, sisters, brothers, yeah, I just love her. Yeah, queen, that's right. Go on, sister. She sounds so smart. Talk your shit. Whatever little new phrase that they engineer to give us. Pop it, clock it, talk it, pop it, bop it, whatever it, nigga. We sick of it, nigga. Shit, goddamn it. Think about it. Goddamn me, that's what you should really do. If your opponent is calling for Jasmine Crockett and AOC to come out there, and they're racist, okay, according to your word, what does that say about your opponent? What does that say about your champion? And what does that say about you rooting for that motherfucker? What does that say about you? Huh? So think about it, black people. Think about it, man. Please think about it, guys. They are mocking us left and right. And it's all because we got the fear of acting educated. See, when you say that you talking white, you sound white. Ooh, you sound smart. You smart. You think you white. All you are saying, all you are projecting is that you're talking smart. You're smarter than me. Black people can't be smart. That's what you're saying. What? That's what you're saying. You're talking white equals black people can't be smart. Why you talk like that? You both be talking like me, man. Can't be talking like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we both talk. But if a white person say, well, you talk very elegant for a black person. Man, you racist than a motherfucker. Are you? Are they? Or are they just really impressed? I don't take offense when a white person say that. Actually, I feel like I'm doing you niggas a favor. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, because we are not a monolith. Thank you. I carry that shit. Yes, I do talk well for a fucking black man. Excuse that. That's to let the air out in the room. Of course, man. You got to. Don't look. And I'm talking to my black people who do talk well, speak eloquently, and are in these positions and probably go home at night and get told and called all of these things, right? I used to call you niggas that too back in high school too, so. Now what? The joke's on who? Goddamn, you're still on you, bitch. No, I'm just playing. No, but seriously though, man. Seriously though, I say that to my people that do talk proper and eloquently and all of that. Like I said, because you're doing us a favor. This is a war going on. Consider yourselves an army. Consider yourselves a general if you talk proper. Consider yourself an admiral. Consider a commander. Whatever position you want to give yourself, consider that you are at the top rank of something, okay? Because that's who they always put in position of power is who? The smartest. The smartest. Who goes out on the front line? Who's on the front line to get shot? Respectfully, because everybody that died in the wars, this is all respect to you guys. I'm not judging y'all IQ or none of that. Not your granddaddies, nobody, okay? So let's just get that out there. So respectfully. And I'm just saying, who do they put out there on the front line first? Right? Okay then. So, and who survives from the front line? The smartest. So, my thing is, it's good to be smart. It's how you gain wealth. It's how you get knowledge. It's how you don't get tricked. But we getting tricked left and right. They gave us our leaders, bro. Barack Obama, Jasmine Crockett, Kamala Harris. And then everything that we did start got hijacked. The NAACP, the Civil Rights Movement, the Black Churches Organization, Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? It all got hijacked because we was what? Not thinking smart, man. Straight up. Like, we didn't value our education. We always was like quick to wanting to be accepted, right? And who's the only person that always want to be accepted? A fool. But a smart man paves his own way. You know what I'm saying? Because the path to righteousness is narrow, right? And long. But the path to being a fool, man, it's wide and open, bruh. So with that being said, we're going to take another quick break, man. Shout out to my boy L Train, man. He just opened up for Gwen Stefani at the, the Mercedes-Benz building? No, that's in New Orleans. He just opened up for Gwen Stefani June 24th, man. So we're going to spin this back to him, man. This is my record right here, Falling for a Friend, because some of you guys are falling for fools. Let's get it.
I might have a little secret, getting too hard to keep it inside. I don't know if you peeped this or took the time to recognize. Never thought it would be easy, and I'm sure it's gonna take us some time. But would you believe me if I said I wanna make you mine? How come you've been running through my mind on a daily? How come? And the thought of us is driving me crazy. How long you gon' keep me waiting? Getting harder to pretend I've been falling for a friend in you. Want you again, I cannot lie. Waited so long and I don't know why. Feeling so strong, gotta match my fly. Falling for a friend, never felt so right. All in for the ride, cause you're just my type. Right here, I can never let you out my sight. I'm falling for you. Tell me again, if it's fine, you know to cross the line. If we can be lovers and friends. In your eyes, you would give me the sign. You make me fall in love again. Softness of your skin got me calling for your hand. Your wish is my command. If this is where we stand, what's the risk? Let's take a chance. How come you've been running through my mind on a daily? How come? And the thought of us is driving me crazy. How long you gon' keep me waiting? Getting harder to pretend I've been falling for a friend in you. Want you again, I cannot lie. Waited so long that I don't know why. Feeling so strong, gotta match my fly. Falling for a friend, never felt so right. All in for the ride, cause you're just my type. Right here, I can never let you out my sight. Falling for you. Want you again, I cannot lie. Waited so long and I don't know why. Feeling so strong, gotta match my fly. Falling for a friend, never felt so right. All in for the ride, cause you're just my type. Right here, I can never let you out my sight. Falling for you.
Yo, Ali!
Get back on the porch, little boy. You ain't got no bricks, little boy. Pay the at least, little boy. You can't even raise your voice. Stay in your place, little boy. Get out my face, little boy. Make some shake, little boy. You loud, ain't making no noise. Get back on the porch, little boy. You ain't got no bricks, little boy. Pity ass leaks, little boy. You can't even raise your voice. Stay in your place, little boy. Get out my face, little boy. Make some shake, little boy. You loud, ain't making no noise. Niggas say he want some smoke. He can't even smoke his shit. He a 7-gram nigga talking like he got a brick. If he smoke one time, he gon' fuck up his profit. Damn, I thought you was the plug. You don't even know the socket. I'm like, fuck it, niggas tryna take my spot. I don't fuck with niggas, period. I put that on the dot. Niggas say I tried to short him, told him put it on the clock. I got onions in my bag, couple grams in my sock. Me and Vo was bad as fuck, 14 getting hot. Told my nigga roll it up, he said I gotta go 5. Now ain't just one blunt, I might put a tray 5. And this ain't the NBA, but I swear I'm too live. I'm like roster, grab the strap. Niggas out here acting jap. Life was kinda like the dice, all a nigga here was crap. Now I'm 7 first time, and my bitch passed the dime. I don't gotta wait to fuck, I'ma fuck first time. Get back on the push, little boy. You ain't got no bricks, little boy. Pay the at least, little boy. You can't even raise your voice. Stay in your place, little boy. Get out my face, little boy. Make some shake, little boy. You loud, ain't making no noise. Get back on the porch, little boy. You ain't got no bricks, little boy. Pay the ass leaks, little boy. You can't even raise your voice. Stay in your place, little boy. Get out my face, little boy. Make some shake, little boy. You loud, ain't making no noise.
Yeah, that was my boy C-Tay, man. Shout out to my boy C-Tay, bro. Always showing love to my guy, man. Of course, bro. I got to, man. It was because of you guys and Goose Gates that I started my first episode, man. We coming close to that, too. On the We Outside tour. So I gotta spin the block on you guys, man. I gotta play some BWA Kane and some Saucewood Winning, some Light Skin Bobby, and some Dope Boy Juice, man. All of you guys is because of you guys. Y'all launched the first episode of Cartoons and Cuts, and from there, you know what I'm saying, bro? Here we are at the 51st episode. So from the first to the 51st, man, I salute you guys, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all my nicks, straight up. So yeah, man, we still talking about evolving the culture. And I am your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media is gonna do that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's raining like a mug outside, but we need it. It's been hot all week here in St. Louis. I heard it's been hot across the world, Craig. Like all the states been hella hot, bro. So hopefully y'all staying cool outside. You know what I mean? Keep a cool rag. Chill out on the drinking Hennessy. You know what I mean? Just do it at night, goddamn it. Yeah, man. So we talking about breaking the cycle and the new narratives, right? Like we trying to redefine the black culture. Like that's all in the past now. Gangster rap is in the past, guys. I just walked us through, broke it down. And if y'all want me to go into detail I will go into more detail about the Tavistock institution and how they infiltrated our the music industry and weaponized everything, man. They weaponized, all of our black organizations, man, and replaced it with the Communist Manifesto, bro. And that's just what this brother, Dr. Terrence Roselle, I've been following, he's been saying. And it kind of makes sense, man, because we are our own enemy, and we always get taken out from inside. And we know it has to be a higher source or a higher force to fund such an operation to shut us down. Did y'all know that all of our HBCUs and black college are named after a white person? Like all of them. They're named after, and the Booker T. Washington School and stuff, we say the first black man to have a school, the endowments was from white people. And then people would be like, well, there was good white people out there too. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know a few of them. But, man, to know some good rich white people back then that wasn't on some nefarious shit, I'm telling you, it was all a weaponization, man, to get us, in line. To get us in line, man. Because we're not doing no better than we were. If we go back, and they don't talk about this, but if we go back and look at the Reconstruction era, they never tell us about the Reconstruction era and the antebellum South. After the 14th Amendment passed, right? After the 15th Amendment passed, right? Not saying that we didn't have discrimination and shit, right? But through discrimination, we was forced to we had no choice but to become self-sufficient and to barter and trade from one another. So we created our own industries. Lawyers, doctors, everybody had their own Black Wall Street. East St. Louis was a Black Wall Street. They bombed that motherfucker back in the 40s or the 30s, I don't remember. But they bombed East St. Louis, and that's why it still looks like somebody bombed that motherfucker, because it was the race war of whatever year, I can't remember, where they went around and bombed that motherfucker with cocktail mollies, right? We had one everywhere. Wellston was a black city. Kinlock, all of these joints, man, where the dollar was able to circulate. Okay, so and we had black professionals, lawyers, doctors. You had no choice because you couldn't go outside of your community. But the reason why we have no more of those establishments and no more of those cities is solely because it was purposely destroyed and the wealth was purposely redistributed. Okay? We was living in our own communities, but they created the civil rights movement. I hate to say it. It breaks my heart to even say it on record. But when you actually look at it historically, and when you really pay attention from it now, seeing the aftermath of the civil rights movement, you start to really paint the picture, and like, we was doing better. We was married, stayed married a lot longer from the antebellum. I'm talking about 1848, okay? 1884 type shit. That year, all the way up to 1975, 76, almost 120 years. I didn't do the math correctly, so somebody do it for me. But, you know what I'm saying, almost 120 years or whatever, right? We were married, the dollar circulated, we were more educated, we owned more land, okay? We had more generational wealth, we had more pride, we kept God in our lives, okay? We had values. Our grandparents and parents could walk down the street and not be mugged in their neighborhood, you know? And we lived amongst each other, and we wasn't afraid living amongst each other, okay? And even though there was poverty in the black community and you still had affluent people, you know, your doctors and your lawyers, again, we still lived amongst each other. You could have been neighbors, or your sons could have been friends with the doctor, you know what I mean, with the Huxtables. Let's just say the Huxtables, okay? And you and your parents could be, you know, Your mom and dad could just be, social workers or whatever, right? Not earning a lot, but you know what I'm saying, your offspring could be friends with, Theo Huxtable, okay? Right? Remember Mr. Huxtable was a doctor and his wife was a lawyer, right? You can be friends with Theo. So you going over to Huxtable house, you seeing how successful a black family can be, a 2-parent black family household, whatever type of car that they drove, you know what I'm saying? And they was respectful and articulate. And you coming from poverty probably lit a fire and inspired you, okay, to become that. But then when they you integrated into this white society, you know what I mean, into this and I don't want to say white because not all white people are bad, man, but into this dangerous American society, that dangerous, man. I can't think of a good label to what it was called, but that dangerous racist society at that time. You integrated into them, and then what happened? We all segregated. They redlined us. They did all of this jazz, drugs, whatever, right? What did the rich people do in our communities? We don't live amongst rich blacks, right? As soon as black people get money, what do? We go live amongst the white. Here in St. Louis, where do we go? South County, West County. You know what I'm saying? We don't go North County. That's for damn sure, except for the old heads. You know what I mean? Where do we go? St. Peter's, St. Charles. You know what I mean? Winsfield, Lake of St. Louis. We don't go and stay down in the mansion house in Delmar, the Delmar mansion house. We don't go into the old mansion homes that's down there off of Washington Street, or there's old ones even on the north side and on the west side that you can find old mansion homes. We don't live in there. Why not? Because we feared of what? Getting robbed, killed? Exactly. Because we're not used to seeing that level of wealth no more. We get jealous and envious. And it was all designed by that. Because now the black dollar doesn't even circulate one time. It used to circulate 14 times back in those days because we had no choice but to go to a black tailor, a black lawyer, a black doctor, a black school, a black optometrist. All of these different merchant shops. That's you spending your dollars 14 different places. And then they spend in their places. And then you still had to deposit into a black bank. And that black bank only gave loans to who? Black businesses. So now your black dollar is being a part of black enterprises to grow more black communities and black schools and black this and black that and blah, 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 that. And your enemy knew that and they said, hey, I want some white-only pie. No offense to my white friends and white people out there. Please take the emotion out of this. Somebody said they wanted some white pie, okay? And we just having fun, right? We just having fun. Somebody said they want some white-only pie. Somebody said that they want to get back at the white man and sleep with a white woman, right? Whatever. Some type of emotionally charged rhetoric and was like, I want to do, allegedly, right? I want to sit at the whites only counter. Why? Because we should, and okay, fine. Let's do it, right? And they did it. And they got their ass beat. And they got stabbed. And they got marched. And they kept marching. And they got their ass beat. And they, nobody ever sat down. They was like, we want to ride on the bus system. And it was like, hey, there's black buses down here. There's black cabs that you guys can use here. We already own our own black cabs. Go back and do the history. We already had. Oh, we want to stay in there's blacks only hotels. They don't tell y'all about that. Like Jackie Robinson probably could have went to a black only hotel. Where were they? I don't know. But he probably could have found one. But maybe because during that segregation era, they made sure that you niggas stayed segregated. See, the integration era was all about segregating the black wealth. Drop one of Clue's bombs right there. Because they knew that our wealth was growing rapidly. rapidly, bro, to a point to where we would have been the predominantly the race and money holder. Kind of like today when they say around Christmas time, who's the number one spenders? The black people. The black people. They know we finna come out in droves and buy what? Whatever the hell they finna sell us. And think about that mentality, just not in the physical product, but in a mental product, in a spiritual product, in a social product. Okay, man, I could keep on going down the list, and that's what they do because we just inching the claw just for some whites-only pie. You saw the movie Life? Martin Lawrence character, Claude, risked his life already doing his life in penitentiary. Risked his life to cross that gun line, boss, just to get some white-only pie. Right? Think about it psychologically. I know you're like, well, man, he ain't had no pie in Hellas. Okay, yeah, we get the comedic relief. Now that we done had a laugh, and, you know what I'm saying, we sober off our beer, think about it. Think about it. This nigga risked his life just for a white woman's pie. I ain't scorched his tongue. Couldn't even enjoy it. You get the connections? Couldn't even enjoy the pie. Let me break it down, bro. Here we are, locked in this prison called America. Fought, crossed that gun line, got our ass beat, right? Just to get some whites only pie. And what do we all say? They food not even that good. We not even getting treated good. Still, man. So there's got to be a new narrative. Like, this not like bashing white people. Like, it's not about that. It's about black people. We got to stop looking at everything from an emotionally charged place and really start looking at it from a logical standpoint. That's redefining. We got to start reading more. And I think if we start with reading our history, I think every black person, they be like, well, what should I read? Go read your history. Go find out what happened after the antebellum South. I'll just tell you, go find out what happened right after slavery. Not the civil rights era. Go find out what happened after slavery. What were we doing? Just look that shit up. Go down that rabbit hole. You know? And then you will get more empowered. Because people don't know where we were. Oh, we was kings and queens, and yes, we built Italy, but they don't know where to search for that. Okay, search right here. Antebellum South. Type that shit in. See what blacks was doing. See the wealth that they was generating at that time. And you should get empowered by that shit. How many doctors and lawyers and shit like that, bruh? What we was doing, like the Major League, Jackie Robinson being integrated. I'm only talking this long because Justin went downstairs too, bruh. But Jackie Robinson got integrated right in the MLB, and that damaged the Negro League. The Negro League was popping. James Cool, Papa Bell, and all of this shit. We got streets named after him. You know what I mean? All of these guys, bro, they was fire. People came out in droves. They was spending money, you know, and they played where they could play, right? And it was bringing revenue into areas. Wellston, they used to play at Cool Papa Bell, right there off of 70 and Kings Highway. It's named that for a reason because that's where the Negro League used to play, bringing revenue. Right there, well, not Wellston, but right there on the north side, whatever part of town that is right now. You know what I'm saying? That brought all revenue down there to that area. Once when the MLB came and was like, but we need a black guy. Why? Because we love controversy. Controversy sells tickets because everybody came just to cuss out the black guy. They didn't care if he was good or not. They just came in droves just to cuss him out. That's why it sold out. Let's be real, bro. These dudes wasn't doing it out the kindness of their heart because, oh, we think black people. Man, heavens no, man. That was the Trojan horse. They really was hemorrhaging in themselves, needed some way to boost their revenues because they was competing with the Negro League because the Negro League was beating the MLB and the AAA, the All-American AAB, All-American Baseball League or whatever. They was kicking both their ass. They was making more money, even though the games was like a nickel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It was killing their ass. How can we shut down the Negro League? We already told them that they couldn't play at this park, this park, this park, this park. So they started playing at all the parks in the inner cities. Right? So what did they do? What did they do? They created the MLB. They drove a nigga in there, made you go see one of the hottest niggas, because the real niggas didn't want to go. They did come to niggas like James Cool Papa Bell and everybody else. But they didn't want to go. They knew that they loved serving their people. Why would they go perform in front of people that didn't like them? Jackie Robinson did it, said he did it for the culture. We appreciate you. We salute you. All that jazz. Cool, right? But it wasn't about that. It was all about taking $1 away. That's all it was about, man. And if we knew that, get back to our history and knew how powerful we were in that such, bro, man, it'll be hard. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, but, hey, I'm going to take a quick one. And then we're going to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, man, like I said, bro, at the end of the day, we got to realize that it was a ruse, it was a trap, and it's really okay. It's really okay to be smart, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This next track goes out to my boy, Junior. Bad Business Junior. This is Step, man. I fuck with this track. Let's get it, Cartoons and Cut.
Step, real stepper, bitch, I been one. They say gonna make a hit, I'd rather send one. They say gonna wife a bitch, I'd rather rent one. If you ever thought I came to save a hoe, you smoking wet. There's a puddle around my neck. Every time I hit the trap, a nigga turn up, that's a bit. Every time we in the trap, the bodies turn up, that's a bit. Every time we see a chance to step, we take it, that's a check. Fuck, nigga, check. I done made it in with something with the button on the back. Yeah, step on 30 niggas, it's gon' only take a second. One second. Yeah, big step, shoot that you can't feel. I feel like Oscar Proud. Sail across, it's a done. D2 do is crack it down. Binary, slap one on my pistol. Shit, shoot chopper style. Binary, put up with two bitches. I be swiping down the library. Look at all the paper. I speak Guapanese. Slime nation, tell them freely thug. We still been pushing P. Real heat, dope on top of stove, spinning like Booker T. I just turned a 4 to a 9. Them boy can't fuck with me. Step, real stepper, bitch, I been one. They say gonna make a hit, I'd rather send one. They say gonna wife a bitch, I'd rather rent one. If you ever thought I came to save a hoe, you smoking wet. There's a puddle around my neck. Every time I hit the trap, a nigga turn up, that's a bit. Every time we in the trap, the bodies turn up, that's a bit. Every time we see a chance to step, we take it, that's a check. Fuck, nigga, check. I done made it in with something with the button on the back. Yeah, step on 30 niggas, it's gon' only take a second.
Yo.
Coco, gang.
Yeah, man, we back.
How you choking up the hood, but yet can't post?
Coco Boomer don't want to stop, man. You know what I mean? This, I ain't gonna lie. This mouse, bro, we dealing with it. I'm dealing with it, bro. This mouse is something else. Like, you try and hit one button and it just don't want to cooperate with you, bro. Like, I'm trying to hit the last button. And it just don't want to jeff with your boy. Look, man, we finna get up out of here, man. I just got my little final point, bro. Look. There's a better way to say what you mean, right? And like I said, there's some deeply unhealthy pattern in the mainstream black culture right now. Patterns that keep us in survival mode and glorifying self-destruction. That's not blackness. That's trauma repeating itself. We need a culture reset. One that honors where we come from, but pushes us where we could be. where we need to be, right? And where we should be. So let's stop defining what's broken just because it's familiar. Let's stop glorifying violence, the anti-intellectual, the flex culture, over financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get rid of it. Let's misplaced loyalty to the neighborhoods. Let's get rid of that. That discourage ambition. This not our culture, bro. Like, who cares if you from the 411 or the 99 block? Who cares, bro? You know what I mean? We need to make a cultural shift. So here's the hard truth, gang. Acting white is a lie. Speaking clearly, reading books, building wealth, or excelling in school is not acting white. It's acting strategic. Okay? The idea that intelligence and excellence have a racial identity is a colonized mindset in itself. So you already trapped. Surprise. You already trapped. You know what I mean? Calling someone an Uncle Tom. First off, Uncle Tom was the hero. Uncle Tom was the hero, gang, in the book. He was the hero. He was the one that didn't want to whip the slaves. He was the one that didn't want to impregnate the slaves or beat them. He was the one that was saving the slaves from punishment. It was Uncle Remus. It was Uncle Remus in the book who was causing destruction. So when people say you are Uncle Tom ass nigga, you did not read Uncle Tom's Cabin. You couldn't have. Because if you did, you wouldn't be calling me that. You couldn't be. So, black people, if you really read Uncle Tom's Cabin, he's the hero. He's the hero. He's the martyr. So when somebody's calling you an Uncle Tom, in reality, that's what you are. A martyr, a hero. And in reality, they don't even know it. And that's why in sales, they say people are dumb because they don't know what they want until you tell them what they want. This is sales. This is what they tell you in sales. Anybody who's a salesperson will tell you that shit. They tell you that. People are dumb. They don't know what they want until you tell them what they want, and then they'll buy it. That's why I can't be in sales, bro. But I can try and save you, I guess. I could try. You know? Yeah, man. It comes from pain, feeling betrayed by those who escape while others are stuck, but it ends up shaming progress. The pressure kills ambition, especially for young people who are craving belonging more than, anything. So you killing people's dreams by calling them Uncle Toms. And stop calling them Uncle Toms. If you're going to do it right and call him Uncle Remus or Uncle Ruckus. But if you call him Uncle Tom, you call him a hero. All right? Black excellence should be celebrated, not integrated. All right? From tech and medicine to finance and art. Black people are making waves in every field, yet too often their own community doesn't back them until mainstream culture does it first. By then, it is often too late to build a collective brand or power from within. So, yeah. So the dynamic isn't about trauma. It's deep-rooted feelings of exclusion, of inferior, and a fear of success, which leads to isolation, gang. But there's a way forward. And that's to redefine blackness. That's to make a space for black engineers, professors, pilots, startup founders, and homeowners in the cultures. Also for plumbers, there's a shortage of 500,000 plumbers and HVAC workers. So we need to make a push for that for our young black men that are coming out of college, that are in between 18 and 24, 18 and 35, that have 18 and 40. 18 and 50. Fuck, if you got no direction and you 18 and 65 as a black man, we need you as a plumber. Go back to school. We not laughing at you, we laughing with you, man. Because you're going to be like, man, I was 50 years old, I went back to school, became a plumber, and then next thing you know, I'm generating $90,000, goddamn me, annually. So we laughing with you, not at you, because it is possible to go back and get a trade. Celebrate elevation, not just resilience, all right? Survival is noble, all right? But thriving, that should be the new flex in our community. It's time to evolve the definition of keeping it real and to include it, keeping it strategic, bro. You know what I mean? And to push the narrative. Finally, push the narrative that success and authenticity are mutual exclusives. You don't stop being black when you succeed. You know, your melanin just doesn't run away. You help redefine what black people or what black power actually looks like. So like when I said people say you speak so well for a black person, exactly. That's redefining what black power actually look like. And we all have it in us. But we keep trying to impress, you know, the crabs in the same bucket that we're trying to get out of. And it's time that we break those shackles and break that mindset. So success isn't selling out. It's securing a seat at the table we were never meant to sit at. And the real betrayal isn't those who make it. It's those who pull others down when they try, man. You know what I mean? Straight up, bro. I am your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media, man. Appreciate y'all, gang. That is the 51st episode of Cartoons and Cuts. Man, like I said, I really appreciate y'all. We made it this far. We got more guests coming. Who knows, bro? I don't know, bro. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to leave y'all with this last track. We up out of here, man. It's your boy, Mr. Martial Arts Media, Cartoons and Cuts. Let's get it.
Fuck. Mr. 100. These some boys with my little homie when I go out of town. You ain't never been connected, nigga, I gave you a rock. I ain't even fuck your bitch, lil' bruh, she gave me that mouth. Ho can't pull up on me begging, bitch, I'm putting you out. Broke it, bitch, you gotta leave. But hold up, can you get on your knees and can you stash the trees? I really hardly ain't get no Z's, still got all RPPs. I fucked the hoe, was 22 when I was 17. I had that sack, I had that juice blow, had me sipping lean. We sipping yellow, we sipping red, you niggas be sipping green. I was riding runner, I had it tinted when bro had went to leave. I ain't cover no thought, you be asking for money or you probably be fucking for weed. Damn. Or you probably fuck for a sack. I ain't gon' lie, if Trey was a lie, he wasn't even past the black. I'm fucking this bitch with a BBL, I ain't gon' lie, that pussy was fat. I'm also tender about that cash and me and money attached. Don't play the push up in all black, my folks play for the sweat. Fuck. My plug like Pat Mahomes. I'm catching plays, I think I'm running on money like Jerry Jones. They know they ain't talking about no bread, they can't even call my phone. All my little homie wanna do is post me, he think he called me alone. Shit, I don't even give a fuck what he do, long as he get it gone. Say bring that money through. I pull a stack out on your bitch, you know what money do. She heard we poppin' it too damn hard, bitch, this the money crew. Yeah, it's just the money team. I feel a Ruby Rose, let me fuck, then I can do anything. Bitch, these Balenciaga shades, nah, they ain't come from Sheen. These some boys with my little homie when I go out of town. You ain't never been connected, nigga, I gave you a rock. I ain't even fuck your bitch, lil' bruh, she gave me that mouth. Ho can't pull up on me begging, bitch, I'm putting you out. Broke it. Bitch, you gotta leave. But hold up, can you get on your knees and can you stash the trees? I really hardly ain't get no Z's, still got all RPPs. I fucked the hoe, was 22 when I was 17. I had that sack, I had that juice blow, had me sipping lean. We sipping yellow, we sipping red, you niggas be sipping green. I was riding runner, I had it tinted when bro had went to the league. I ain't cover no thought, you be asking for money or you probably be fucking for weed.